map. Last time it was played, it was an OT. I don't think anybody's surprised
Okay.
to see it onto the board
Let's see what everyone's got here. We've got APEKS on defense. We've got CGN on attack.
I think you have to have expectations of CGN.
Anyone on the call today? Nah, not today. I like to focus in the playoffs. I did a one-off with Yampi yesterday just because, like, I never actually watched parties, so that was kind of cool.
I still think that they'll rebound. And as you always say.
As I always say, Tom, you know me. It is harder to beat that team.
It is going to be chunky. Man, we used to always do pistols like this that were set up around trying to get as much damage off the shock darts as possible. I used to love doing pistols on this map.
The Sentinel on the A side calling for reinforcements in APEKS. They will answer. It'll be a big stack up for the retake.
Yeah, they've done a lot of damage here. Look at the HPs.
So it seems like APEKS have found themselves a decent position to play from. I like the wall as well. It's going to cut out that short rotation. They've got a reveal to be fired through to the site. CGN, certainly.
Prodigy, that's you. You can't ask in the YouTube stream and then say people in YouTube are asking for it when it's literally you. Dude, look at hype go here.
It's just left these two players in the post plant. Davi gonna give them the info, but it's already been halved. Anguist has done well, but they need to peak. They need to start fighting, and that diffuser will come through.
Yeah, this is very nice from APEKS though. I love the setup for the pistol. It's so much damage with the util. Double shocks were awesome here. And then the smokes were great as well. Saved 2 smokes the whole time, playing full offsite.
From this side, the fact that hype spams and
yeah, I think you might be right today, Pansy.
They wait, they make
we'll
the
see.
move together.
Oh my goodness.
Also timing the
accidental click, that was awesome.
Fading. It's perfectly working out as they then block out the choke point and leave it with mass numbers in their favor. Even though
Toast,
hype gets
hello.
off on the way, getting up close, he already had his work done. 3 kills for him in this round. 1-0
Psyche even the TFT as well. Okay.
And the buy is healthy. Coming into this, big investments, and we see this.
Damn, Mozzi's trying to go for the most shock damage
They're going in
the
for
game.
everything. No pistols, no safety nets left. Sometimes, though, Tom, they have been punished as a result, losing a lot of those rifles coming into the next.
Something that's worth noting is even in the defeat last time on Ascent, it was both pistols being won by CGN. Now they did lose round 2. So I'm not going to pretend
I can't
like
tell
they
what
got
guns
off to the
people have when
craziest
I'm watching these
on
skins.
both halves.
What is that? Bulldog?
It's not the worst start for them here.
Chat, what gun was that?
Mozzie. He's patient. An extra bullet or 2 would have actually removed an opponent.
That was a Bulldog?
For a second I thought he'd like tabbed out the way he was the way he was playing, but he's actually just waiting for the player trying to take the orb. Of course, that is a big part of Benny's gameplay, is getting that run it back online.
Still getting more.
Highlighted as
not sure that was much, but
one of the
still getting the chip damage.
Styles of play throughout this VCT, but I think anybody who was a Phoenix hater has learned to love it in the manner.
Yeah, this could be an absolute farm fest. They got no smokes for this guy, so.
His teammate, but as always, Mitch.
Dude,
Kayak is ready and
Tier 2 abusing the hell out of this gun.
You see the flash go around the corner, and he has that little bit of space because of the wall on his right side obscuring the flash, keeping his vision up. And just before that, there was a recon fired through as well. They've been waiting
Sapphire, I'll do that as well at one point. I like the game.
Malzi playing a big part, not just taking Vince and that final second, but he was the one that had Kayak's finger on the trigger. Once that recon was destroyed, they knew there were players there likely to round the corner any moment. 2-0, solid start for the APEKS side. Hype is going to be on a pistol. Everybody else definitely in fighting form, and I think for CGN this will be a challenging third.
Okay,
but
first big buy round against a bonus that isn't great.
Perhaps.
See the space being taken. Kayak needing to
be. I think it's a good thing with Kayak. His agent pool is pretty good for a duelist.
Stakes in this matchup are everything. A victory here takes you straight to the grand final. You get to watch your opponent next Saturday.
He pinged the trap so they can insta shoot it.
Watch them in a best of 5.
That was pretty cool.
And then look to take them in the final.
When is LAN? Next weekend. These are the last games that aren't being played on LAN. And then we get a weekend of it.
And also, well, you don't have to face the opponent that will be coming back up, either the Ultimates or Pacific. There is that aggression, though.
Bro was so ready for this, waiting the whole time.
Happy to play.
Yeah, let's see what these two back of sight can do. Malzi.
Oh, wow, that doesn't last very long. They've ran straight into Malzi's SMG.
Yeah, and the longer that he delays as well, the fact that he could get a recon up soon.
APEKS do well to chip down at the numbers, but now CGN knocking on the gates.
Well,
And Malzy is the first to fall. Hype trapped on site in the corner, quickly dealt with. Solkus does his best, but
they
his
did
best
okay
just isn't
damage.
good
2
enough.
guns.
Not in this round. CGN have claimed it back 2-1.
But does
Just 2 losses as well.
Malzy
That could have been a whole lot more costly.
Nah, they have no op for this one, right? There's no way they're going no
Keeping
armor and no
their own
Omen.
economy strong, but for APEKS, there were a lot of vulnerabilities. There's not too many rounds.
Did I see the rocket bullets drama? Someone like exposed him, right, for being a fraud, basically. I know we don't use that word here, but when you're actually a fraud, I think it's pretty valid.
Interesting for either side.
But I've been saying that on stream for ages. The guy's a moron.
Because this sort of setup, the way that CGN play, definitely gives opportunities to someone like Kayak. He is happy to push and probe and pressure, try and take map control, try and make these battles on his terms.
Win shot with the prime. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 8 months.
That's why some of the pacier teams at times have had good opportunities versus APEKS, because he's unable to find that gap and find that space. He's already doing it right now. A middle push, which could catch someone off guard. Looks like he's about to face. The same may happen on the other side. Soulcast's barrel might have been spotted, but I think he realized, okay, we have the advantage. I don't need to face this.
He's going to be forced into the fight anyways. Luckily, the sonic sensor.
This trip on short is really nice. So far away that they can't hear it. But as soon as you shoot, you're like taking the jewel and it will stun you.
On the A side, they've left. One player outside.
Boaster is doing a cosplay of me, or what does that mean?
Commitment now coming through with the wall
I don't think I even want to know what that means.
Well, this split has turned into just one-sided push, a one-pronged defensive, and one by one they fall, toppling, with just Vince left in a 1v4. The spike in his hands, his position known, and 30 seconds to get it planted.
30 seconds left.
This is an unfortunate scenario where holding onto the gun might actually have more value. The finances of CGN a little bit shaky, and with 18 seconds.
Soulcast? Yeah, he makes the. I mean, they got some really good deadlock stuff.
He's playing a spot that was just set up, ready, and waiting.
They definitely make deadlock.
Somehow Vince has made this one competitive,
Let's wait.
though.
Let's wait. This is actually crazy doable.
4 bullets left, enough to try and challenge. But he'll get that reload.
This would be outrageous.
Almost gets an opportunity from Hype. At the moment, the defenders are isolated, but they look to challenge
Whoa,
together.
he did so well to make this doable, man. That was a solid attempt.
1 versus 4.
No matter what, crazy good
round
damage.
Still has gone the way of APEKS.
Yeah, look, 1v4. Malzy had a chance to take him out right at the start of it, and instead he has to do his little cleanup at the end. That was one hell of a try by Vince, but at the end of the day, the initial push just doesn't work out. Losing opening pick, the mid push from Kayak that caught them off guard, and then, well, that leaves just one player pushing up on A main, and because they don't have the control, the little surprise peek catches them off guard. Rounds already gone. 3 players, one by one, pushing deep into short. Easy pickings for the side of APEKS, and they have cleaned the plate. CGN, 3 rifles coming into this round. Still an opportunity for some damage to be done.
Wait, you were his main? I just read that now saying that's funny.
One orb away. They seem to have secured some space, but the price is paid on mid. Element already out of the round. A big player removed, and it's the same strategy as the last.
The amount of times that CGN have like a really weird style of play a lot of time, and I swear a lot of their strats are just based around element picking. Like they give Element so much freedom. This one I don't mind because obviously like they don't have the guns, but when you watch that Abyss the other day as well, they just do the same thing the whole time, where it's literally just Element, go get us a fast kill.
When it comes to this defensive side, and well, any secrecy.
Yeah, I mean, this is a solid combo,
diminished.
as always.
Whoa,
hold up. Imagine we lose this one. You might have just given them a gun as well. I think we are playing this awfully, but here we are.
They now recover weapons and can look to fight this one 3v3. The only issue is the time, and one of their players.
Yeah, it's a nice leak out smoke that you can do this with. Oh man, it wrecked him. There's a lovely leak out smoke to do this.
Oh, the drone. That's it. They know exactly where Anguist is. They're lined up.
Yeah,
staring
now
at the
what?
wall, waiting for him to walk through, and it's
Really
an
nicely
easy
done,
pick
man.
when he does. That's
Okay, it was a good recovery from
APEKS.
APEKS. Shout out to Avova. At the moment, his smokes have been like
think
perfect,
about
like
this
really perfect. Even when they head over
obviously, this is
towards B, they've
CGN's
been
map
nice. He's
pick.
been doing the
This
one
is
way
where
over
they wanted to
towards
start the battle, and so far
market.
they're not off to a flying
And
start. Still plenty
even
of
on the
time for that
pistol,
attack
just saving
side
the
to
double
heat
was
up,
good
but
as well.
There's some problems that are rearing their ugly head, and I'm not surprised Kayak goes for the fight.
Think you
down
enjoy
mid,
watching
considering how
Valorant more than
successful
playing
he's
it?
been there.
Mate, with the
Early
state of
round,
ranked
2
sometimes,
rounds in a
I
row
do not
now.
blame you.
Up against the rifle, he just peeks out mid, catches a player completely off guard. And you have to think for CGN, that cannot happen again. But, well, it won't happen on mid. Kayak is going walkabouts straight up on the B side. Look how aggressive he is. They are waiting for it.
Yeah, Davi's almost died as well. This early, I guess that must have been a peak from Soulcast, maybe some spam, but he's been tagged down 57 HP within the first like 10 seconds or so. And Kayak is not stopping. He's seen that opposing Sova. He's got setups ready for the flashes. Counters will be thrown out. It will at least deny that space for now. And with the ultimate available for Benny, they definitely have to be a bit more careful.
I love there's like a 10-second gap where you can see Kayak is holding a flash, vulnerable to being shot, but that's why Malzy's out a little bit wider with the rifle. They're prioritizing quick reactions to any space taking from CGN.
Love that. Just trying to organize the double swing back here. I mean, they still have 2 kill trips to work off of. 40 seconds, they have to commit. They know they're coming here. This guy's getting wrecked by the trip.
Running it down, finding these traps, and finding an avenue for his team to flow into this site. They've spotted Malzy.
But he at least got rid of the trip, I guess.
And he's caught them off guard for 2.
Oh man, dude, APEKS are kind of crispy.
CGN in a little bit of trouble.
Oh.
Malzy was almost in the same. He made it out.
Almost, yeah. That was almost one of those moments. Guy at spawn just needs to stay alive.
The TP can now come in. Aggressive play from Benny, successful, but they still have to clear this site. The
no way, they're gonna win this round. That's insane, isn't it?
Earlier in the tournament, we haven't seen a boathouse hold
oh boy, they should be winning this round. That's crazy. This Anguis guy wins him so many rounds.
Little effort. That should have been around for APEKS.
Yeah, it should have been. I mean, Omen ult committed. They just double swing. It's a shame we don't get to see it from his POV.
CGN have managed to clear the back
Malzy probably needs to recon earlier here, but
10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think we
the
can
Phoenix
all,
impact. Yeah, they both ate the flash at spawn, right?
For not catching that one. I don't know what Anguis was playing at, pulling that out. It was a two-man spray down backside, right? In the blink of an eye, it popped up roughly the same time. Well, that
forces him down to an eco. Devastating round.
For CGN, a loss in that round. These APEKS skyrocket into the lead, but instead, CGN are now the ones fighting.
Yeah, it's scary when this guy starts getting going.
4-3, a likely scoreline. They've already got the pick. The Bladestorm active on Element as well. And APEKS haven't invested very much. Nothing really.
Is there going to be player replays on LAN? Yeah, there will be.
This seems to be a perfect
recovery. Because it's in Berlin, right? They're using the studio, so they have the actual setup.
That is one
it's just the fact that it's online and they have a different replay system.
Later in the game,
can only have
could have easily gone
a couple of inputs.
Soulcast. Again, just trying to delay them as much as possible.
When will we see me at LAN again? I have no idea.
That's
a good question.
On the other side. It doesn't really need to be a gamble or a hand.
Champs is in Paris, right?
Could do that. CGN. They've always been happy to play patiently.
Weird.
They're going to use the lockdown though. Clearly a little bit nervous about a trap on short. What I will say is this doesn't really...
It gives them a lot of space though. Yeah, leak out smoke. Dude, Avova's the king of the leak out smokes. How much Boaster have we watched? Yeah, okay, a good amount.
Everything just to make sure this round is safe. Maybe thinking there's more invested than there actually is. And even still, we're down to 15 seconds. They've lost another player. Still looking to clear this site.
Yeah, they were pretty calm with this though. I still think this was relatively impressive. And yeah, Avova went for another leak out smoke, which again is just so fine to do. It's just maybe they've seen it too much.
They committed a lot more than you would think would be needed in this round. I think the gaps in the lockdown force them to do something else to back it up, and it's the Hunter's Fury to clear the closer corners, those nasty angles where pistols can often find the value. It is a big risk, but Like, not so much in that round, but moving forward, not
Free
having
ults
those
against
safety
Nico,
nets, not
yeah,
having
that's
those
true.
ults to fall back on.
But at the same time, I
hey,
think they can
did get them
be
the
fine
round,
just trying to
and
get a
they've
lot.
got one
They also get the
player
Phoenix
who
ult pretty early
eating
on
up orbs
back,
and
so
finding that ult
it's not the
pretty
worst.
consistently. It will be Benny that has a little bit of pressure on his shoulders not to go down early. You want to see him pick up that orb, pick up the ult, and with that, push into a side on the back of it. APEKS, well, they have a moment to talk
Good
with
questions,
their
but
coaching
why
staff
would you
thanks
rather
to
do a leak out
CGN
smoke
calling
rather than a
timeout.
regular smoke?
When they come back,
It's
those
situational.
barriers go up, by the
Right, it's
looks of
really
things,
situational. So
we're
this
gonna see
was a
Kayak
good
on the up.
example,
He's had a
and
lot
it's
of
easier to
early
explain than
success
some of
with
the
early
others, just
picks,
because
Tom, and now
if they're
he's got
rushing
the
up
big old
short,
gun
you
by
can
his
be
side.
behind here and you're covered. Right, there's loads of different other situations where,
again
like, if
where
they're execing out, sometimes they
see
wouldn't be
how
able to do
CGN
everything.
react
Like a drone
to some
going
of
through
these
this, it struggles
slower
to check
default
like
plays.
both
They're
of
the ones
these
that take the
angles as
balls
well.
there.
You saw it
That
earlier
said,
where he had
I
a leak
think
out
that
smoke here, and it gave like
that
pressure
round
that
got
he
far
could have
too
walked
dangerous
towards
for what was
Wine as
pistols and a
well.
couple of
So it's
marshals. It
situational.
seems like
It's
maybe
like
they're
normally
just
good to do once you've like lost a bit of map
overreacting a little
control.
bit to some of the scenarios
There's
that
a
they
strong
ended up in.
argument that
It
you
leaves them with
should.
very little for
Not
this
saying
round in
always
terms
do
of
it, but
ults.
it probably
Oh,
should be like a
no
50-50
spot with
split
the
instead
first
of doing
fight, but
like
that was
normal
just a
ones.
bait. That was just a
Even
fake
for
out. I
execing
love
into
it.
the site or
Just
like
takes a
defending,
shot, immediately
right? You kind of
rotates
get
the
some
second
extra
he's
angles of
smoked
being
off,
able to peek
and
wider
it
or
seemed like,
isolate jaws of people
well,
that are
Benny
pushed
was
through
less than
without
prepared
getting
for that repeat
like
to come
seen
through.
from
In
multiple
fact, they're
angles.
just walking into angles at this stage. That's a couple
It's
of
something I would
mistakes now in
experiment with.
CGN in the
If you're
early
like a
stages of this round.
If you're like a Mortal Plus, maybe like
Multiple
around there, I think
benefit.
you can definitely
Okay,
experiment with it.
okay.
Ascendant
It looks
also,
like APEKS are trying to beat them at their own game.
'cause,
The whole benefit of having the Phoenix is not having to
yeah, you
walk
can
into
definitely
those
play
angles
around them a
right
good
with the
amount.
ultimate, but it wasn't online to start this round. It will be for the next.
But the best one is just like the
Fortunately,
example
CGN
you saw
paying
there
the
from
price.
short.
Even with the return pick, there's still a man down. The spike slowly shifting its way to the left side of the map to the B site where
Hold up.
we've already
Yeah,
seen.
I was gonna say,
another
didn't make
player
that one look
fall.
too
It was
clean.
almost at Hype Sands. Sulcus, the one to convert. They'll stay in position. Hype in danger, out in the open. He tried to find everyone, and well, he got the information one way or another. Malsey able to capitalize. His position serving as a surprise, and not one that Anguist is happy with, having to take that fight up close, and he'll win it. We've seen this before. You got to be careful with Anguist on the server. He's out wide, looking for the fight.
Yeah, it's nicely played by Sulcus. He's using it a bit like a razor.
But instead, he's being caught and cleaned up.
Yeah. It's
Like, no
one of
matter
those
what, you can pretty much
scenarios
always get it
where
off
I don't
before you
mind
die
from
and you get a
Sulcus.
trade here.
It's an ult that a lot of the time hasn't got the highest amount of impact, although we did see him
No,
utilize
Sulcus
it
hits
on
the most
Lotus
ults
to
I've seen out of
end
any
Viper's
deadlock.
Pits, which I'm sure was infuriating for his opponents, but in this scenario, when you're up against Anguist,
Why do they keep playing Phoenix when it's not
13-5, by the
working?
way.
Dude,
A guy who's
they're
been
literally
fantastic
2
throughout the
games away
tournament,
from
another one
qualifying
who
to
I think is gonna be
VCT.
on
They made
many
it
people's
all the way through
radar
play-ins. They
for
played the
bringing
most
into the
games
league
out of
next
everyone
year,
in Tier 2.
whether it's with
They've had
CGN or
probably
without.
arguably the most success out of any
He's been
team in Tier
superb
2
all
right
the way
now
through.
because they had to play more
So
games
that's a big round
from
for
from,
him.
from
Definitely
their
got teams, though, having
from
their
play-ins.
blitz, and this
So
time,
they've
well,
definitely had success with
I
the
was asked the
Phoenix.
question of would
I don't know why everyone's against it so
Kayak
much.
diff
Like, it's
element?
been working. They're 2
Element
away.
doesn't like that idea.
They're
The
literally
trade
2
back,
games
though,
away
was
from making it
immediate.
to VCT.
Ballsy
Just because it's different
decides to
doesn't
play
mean
a
it's
bit of a
wrong,
game of
chat.
chicken at the end.
If people can't punish it, then you keep
And
using
again, the player going down early for CGN it's very costly. Yes, APEKS lose a lot in Kayak, but it's Benny that is the man trying to push into the site, trying to take the space. Nice shock dart. The damage they're doing here, just chipping away at the attacking side, but taking away the utility of a Phoenix may be the most important part. The Jet that's grouped up with the squad now for this push has an operator. Dashing in is not going to be the optimal game plan with that weapon. It might be necessary just to take the space. We could even see them swap hands.
EMEA might have the 2 Phoenix spammers in a row winning. Yeah, I was saying this yesterday.
Some risks are taken here. A lot of CGN players low, and Element just contacting out.
Well, that's a
He
kill.
is going to clear the space by himself. Sulcus picked up a double.
No.
They need Element to find something, and one might
way,
not be enough.
really.
I still turned back. The spams, oh, a little bit labored, but eventually Avova will get that job
You
done.
got like a HPs,
Again,
I
a
think.
lot of
I
back
mean,
and forth
no
rounds,
matter
and
what, they could be surviving on
again,
5
it
as well,
does
I
feel
guess.
like that
That's unlucky.
Phoenix being lost so early in them is starting to become a bit of a detriment. I will say it's a little bit unlucky with the fight being wallbanged. Like, and escaping this was never going to be particularly easy. But when you have that ultimate online, the whole goal is for him to take space alongside.
How does solo Yoru work on attack? It's weird because both of these comps, both of these comps kind of have to take middle, in my opinion. This one not as much because obviously the jet can get over towards site, but both of these comps kind of need to take mid control because the exec with a solo Yoru on attack is just too easy to know where the TPs are going to go.
It's good to see Benny.
You shouldn't be able to get through the choke points like that easy.
He'll sit around and be main. This is
So a lot of both of these comps is just all about middle and being able to split.
Potentially a fake to be played, and Benny hoping to catch them as they rotate. Is a sheriff in hand, and it's going to have to be a clean shot when the fight is
Is
eventually
Iceland full of
offered up.
ice/snow? Not at the moment. Give it like a month.
No need to move for the APEKS side. I mean, they've got their utility on each side. They've got mid.
What an
locked down, or at
absolute
least
shot.
They did. Kayak goes back out to clear it, and well, he meets his demise.
Yeah, every
now.
time this guy peeks top mid, he's getting popped. A weird dash, considering what they cleared.
For safety, he's going to get revealed. He is being closed in on. Has the support from the back of the boathouse, but if this tournament has taught me anything,
Oh my, it's on both their heads, right?
Dead within seconds. Hype gets aggressive, turns thing into an even scenario.
Wait, Soulcast played this so well.
Yeah, as said, he had a quiet start to this game. He started to turn up, but so has Element. It's going to be left all on to Benny. He's got a long
Dude,
run
Soulcast
back
makes
to
Deadlock
the
look
A
really
side.
good.
Also got to be careful. This round could be decided. He's beaten in that foot race. The util, of course, already offline. He will make it to the site. But Hype is already here, and he's willing to take the risk, take the gamble. He knew his teammate was the security, even if it was bait. A big round from Hype. And, well, an increase in the rounds for APEKS.
Can't believe you cheered at you and I said that. Come on, you seen what I'm seeing?
Looking good so far. Some moments for CGN, in particular, it's Element. He's winning a lot of these early fights against Kayak. The mid duels going his way a number of times now. But it's just not enough. Players picked off either early or late. Good old Benny, he's finally got to play in a round, but still didn't get to do that much. The ult was used from way outside B main because they're conscious of the Odin spam and the shock darts and all the utility that's been meeting them. It's why it took so long. It's why it faded before it could get into the B site to have that real impact. And I think APEKS have been doing a great job of choking out that map control from the hands of CGN. Element again with the early fights. This time
this guy has a lot of fast kills, man.
And he spotted another.
I just solo one around.
He's even dodged the
he did solo one.
Beautiful stuff. A site wide open, spikes on its way, and Kayak. Oh, Kayak! He's trying to cause a disruption. He's gotten away with it.
Yeah, he expected a player to be waiting on the corner.
And Teddy, CGN have a really weird playstyle, man. Element has the most freedom I've seen in a long time out of a duelist. Holy, that third shot was so quick as well. That was awesome from him. No way. Oh man, imagine being Element in this. You get double entry, and this is how the round crumbles down. I mean, Hype did incredible, but...
Well, I think he closed out yesterday in the same kind of form as well.
Another curse, yeah, there's a lot in this game already.
18 and 10,
12 rounds in, not even.
Well, and this is the thing for APEKS. You don't see Hype on every single game, but there's always someone. And there's always Kayak as well. Nice try, but for him, going back out on short, just expecting there to be a player in the corner.
I mean, he also overheated, but...
For this squad. But Hype picking up 3 in heaven. I'm not quite sure how he managed that. I'll be thankful for it. 8-3 locked in already. One more round in this half, and if it goes to APEKS,
feels a lot closer than 8-3. Yeah, it does.
For CGN.
Last time we saw APEKS play this defensive half versus this team, which was only a week ago, they only managed 5 rounds on their defense. It was the attack where they managed to take it to OT, so it's not the greatest sign, especially when you consider they're running a double duelist on that attack side. You run that with the attempt to try and get more rounds.
It's an easy call once this has been checked.
Really
everyone hid from it.
Defensive compositions, or at least for their sake, you kind of have to hope it will be.
Double duelist goes short, everyone else goes A.
differently as well.
Got Sova as well, so they could just do the classic recon on tree. Man, when in doubt, do a Hiko. That is incredible. Why have we faced short before the recon though?
And they're just having to try and almost fire off these ults. Davi's been fantastic throughout this tournament. He'll give them equilibrium, but they need so much more hype.
Dude,
maybe oversteps his mark a little.
Everyone's a lunatic right now.
Left. The team have to get a move on. They'll clear Kayak, but if Over still stands,
a great flash from him.
Slows them even further. And
I mean, that doesn't do much.
It will get them the space,
they gotta, it gets them no space really. Yeah, because they gotta plant while it's going on still.
Instead though, Soulcast is gonna go for the same
Angles.
thing. He's gonna try and catch them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way. No way. Oh, it's close, bro. That was so close. That was a crazy attempt. Crazy attempt. He just got him like 0.5, half a second.
In the end, it goes the way of CGN.
Maybe under.
Just about managing to get that in the last couple of seconds. Now, set up for the chance. A pistol could certainly help out. The foundations have been laid. We'll find out if they can do it in the second half.
That was crazy. That was a good attempt. That was a very good attempt. Child, let me mute that. Keeper, hello. Yeah, potentially. Depends how long this one goes, Keeper. How are your 10-mans? Is 4 enough? It might be. Solo Yoru can struggle a bit on attack. But normally the deadlock actually gets unreal value as well on attack. It's the best 10-mans you guys have had so far? Oh, really? Am I still a Pacific believer? I'm worried about their map pool. Like, I think they're gonna be fine in this game, but then as soon as they get to best of 5s, Bind, probably in this order from, again, I haven't seen their Bind, but in this order it's like Bind, Ascent, Lotus. I don't feel comfy in these 3 maps of them. I think the rest of their maps are good. And I think that's too many for that's too many for a best of 5.
Well, it saw CGN find their footing eventually. But a pistol round win here, Tom, is
but they're still insane
very
players.
Much desired for the defensive side.
But yeah, I think map pool might let them down.
It's like a fourth round
feels like a Paper
came
X
at the hands of a
vibe to an extent.
Second clutch. I think says
lower
everything
finals
you
also
need
best
to
of
know,
5.
and
Yeah,
been a
that's kind of why I'm worried from.
For CGN to say the least. For APEKS, everybody's on. Like everyone's had their moments, and for the other side, a few quieter performances. Davi being one that's noticeable. He has had a good tournament so far, and Benny's Phoenix may leave much to be desired going into this second half. This is where I think he does need to start putting up those numbers a little bit more, and with the full force of APEKS pushing down on him, he's under pressure.
Yeah, and this is what I'd be doing all the time against this comp.
Certainly looks
I'm
like
going A all day against
the
this
whole
Astra.
side of APEKS will be pushing down on him.
Sonia, thank you so much. 5 gifted. Thank you. Chat, you know what to do. Let's get the slug oiler spam going. Thank you for that, dude. Appreciate it. 70 altogether as well.
A little pump fake.
Thank you for the support. People already adding and saying thank you as well. Love that.
There's more utility.
Thank you so much for the support.
You see the Astra Star, you see the Crossfire in play as well. There's no easy access for APEKS right now. They will go up mid, destroy that alarm bot. Question is, do they go back with still 2 players in A main?
This is the thing. They're
yeah, a lot of pressure. This is the wall that people normally do when they split over towards B. And I like that they at least put one person into this as well. Just make that extra bit of sounds.
The util starting to come in. Kayaks found the opener, and he gets
Beast,
both,
man.
in fact. 3 HP is more than enough. In fact, he's going to continue fighting.
He's done enough, though.
Eventually loses
There's a good amount of damage done here as well, 18 HP.
Element desperately low, and they still haven't dealt with Soulcast. He is playing the time late on this lurk. Element's going to go looking. In fact, even
oh, that's really cool. He spots mid, and then you got the camera that spots short.
They've given Soulcast absolutely everything that he needs, and the rest of the team just
they got some nice stuff, man.
back through. Are not going to find anything here. They're getting slaughtered as they try and enter the site.
APEKS look impressive. Double pistol, and CGN yesterday didn't lose a pistol, so for them to lose both is, yeah,
Yeah, the funny thing as well.
That's devastating for them.
Solkas throws the
Psych.
wall, the
Hello.
barrier up and over into the spawn. You can see it on the
How does a
minimap in
ranked
this
player
replay.
look at pros and improve? Just
Still
still the stuff that they do. I guess positioning, smokes, flashes, depending what the agent is. It's a bit harder without POV VODs. So you kind of got to minimap watch a little bit. But I guess utility is the main thing. Utility. And then I guess like crosshair placement. Maybe keep it at the moment is streaming like 10 mans with tier 2 players and tier 1 players that are likely to be in or trying to get picked up for VCT next year. I think it's probably good to hear the comms as well that they do. It's one of those rare things where you can actually like listen to like a high level gameplay comms instead of just snippets. Probably worth checking out if you want to improve.
You have to be incredibly quick.
Yeah, it's a plug for Keeper's stream.
Oh, actually, Kayak's gonna peek him. That said, you've already
nice shot, man. Dude, people are incredible with the Marshall.
A pistol in hand. 3 players now walking through the same angle. He's given a false retreat, but he is alone, and the drone is gonna give the game away. Needs to try and retreat to the site. His support is a little bit further away than he might have liked. The delay, attempting to give Element just that little bit more space, but already caught. He's still going to land the no-scope. 2 players remain, still trying to clear it.
There's the one bullet on it. Dude, he still did so much.
Vince with a classic and 2 to find, and he's already blocked off by the wall. In fact, the Vova will find
I still think it was a really good eco, though. They only got 1 gun out of him, which is a bit of a shame, but still very nice.
This round cemented in favor of APEKS. That's 2 in a row. It's not huge, and it's expected, really. But there was a chance there, a moment. Heartbeat in the resurgence for CGN. Element with some nice shots here on the Marshall. Fortunately, the impact maybe neither here nor there. The next round is what everything comes down to. For CGN, failing to stop APEKS here most likely means
their first big buy round. I mean, this makes a lot of sense, right? I said that with the Euro comps, you got to go over towards middle. That's what you got to do. Their first big buy round from CGN, they want to make sure they condition them to feel like they can't take middle with a full person punish, but they did get absolutely wrecked. But the overall plan from CGN is like, it's good still.
Yeah, and the thing is, their aggression on A, it's going to give them a little bit of information. The problem, though, is that their B defender is on his last legs. If there was commitment here, well, for him to even get 1, seemingly would need a miracle. The rest of the defense have had to continue their push.
You followed him on Twitch? Okay, nice. Yeah, it's good to learn.
They don't even have the early contact of the turret.
It's rare that you get that kind of insight.
So. Absolutely everything. In fact, it's going to be the orb that ends up giving the game away. But his position is very quickly going to be revealed.
Poor guy in this HP.
Bear in mind, as said, he is on literally 1 HP.
He did unreal, bro. How's he getting that kill?
It might have sold enough of a ruse, but escaping now becomes the goal. The spams have done a lot of damage, but Mitch, the man advantage is sticking.
It's still there for APEKS. Yeah, and with Benny on 10 HP, it's not looking like it's going to be an easy denial. Spike confirmed on the ground. And CGN having to fight back. Flash and Molly for Benny. He's healing himself.
That's a nice timing as well.
With the wall. Vince
very doable.
Away. Makes this much more doable. And they're ready to go for it. Benny's kept the Molly. Confident in the DPS of it. And with Kayak low, it could well work out for him. At least now clearing that laneway. Uses it to enter the smoke. Kayak's down.
My, what a shot.
Stray shot takes him. Avova has the
Wait, nice shots. That was lovely from Vince. That second kill from him is crazy fast as well. Fetters, thank you so much as well with the 3 months. Appreciate you. Thank you for doing the tier 1, man. Appreciate that.
I think, again, you have to look at the German duo being able to bring that back.
Yeah, they did really good. They should have been out of this round, especially the amount of damage that was done early.
Make their name in Berlin. They will be heading there.
They have a chance, man. They really do have a chance. Look at that, though. That kill is outrageous.
Just the one. For now, at least, it looks like they're fighting a losing battle. This is their map.
Phoenix is easy to counter. On this map, yeah. If you play a Phoenix on this map, in my opinion, you have to use the jet.
They had to clutch out from a spot where,
like, if you don't lose the jet, you're getting if you don't use the jet, sorry, you're getting 2 rounds on attack, maybe.
Left and right just to catch any aggression.
So I think Phoenix is viable. I think Phoenix is viable. Map dependent, depends comp that you're playing against.
Instead, CGN have set somewhat of a trap.
It looks like APEKS are walking right into it.
Yeah, and this is just another one of them punishing over towards middle again. 2 rounds in a row where they've been going for something similar to this.
Clearing corner, and he wins the fight. They still clear the
Guys,
drone.
very
Supposed to be
impressive.
the bait, but instead, they have taken a bite out of the player in pizza. A site under threat. Vince good for 1.
This guy's pretty impressive as
On
well.
this side of the wall, he has no choice but to fight. There is no retreat.
Weird. Played it pretty well though. Oh, it's unlucky, man. This guy was reloading.
Bodyguard to provide cover.
Molotov will attempt to slow. It's going to do a fair amount of damage to Mosey.
Did loads.
Be dead within a few shots, but it's getting back in that's going to be difficult. The flashes have already been utilized. In fact, utility is completely gone, and while Benny, he went alone, he'll die alone. The other 2 members of his team might just have to try and retreat. In fact, they will. The turret came back online.
Hello, Bacan. How we doing?
Timmy's not going to be able to save them this time. The last couple
Gentlemates and Louds this season made you question the Phoenix a lot. Yeah, not the best examples.
2 versus 4,
I mean,
not worth the gamble.
somehow the Gentlemates comps made more sense than the Loud ones.
He won't succeed. See if one of his teammates can.
Now they've gone towards the spawn, and Kayak's nice and safe.
I say somehow. They have existence. Well, they had existence. He's a beast.
Spidey senses from Kayak. He suspected something fishy was happening. And the reward found is around 1 step closer to taking this across the line, to stealing CGN's map pick. The credits for the defensive side, Tom, they are not looking all too great. They're down to the wire. Investing in light
Talon's comp, yeah, the multi-revive comp, that was just as bad as the Loud comp as well.
So the alarm bot is down at least, so they've got full killjoy to play around, but the defensive side struggles. No ults to back them up, and Benny's on a pistol.
A kill for him might get him more than just his ult. For the attack. This might genuinely just be finding the orb, going back to the B site, getting the other orb, and then just.
Did we tell the team stop trying to let him into? Yeah, we did a timeout to be like push mid or not let him over towards site. But I think it was already too far gone.
Open up a lot of rounds, and they're still selling this ruse. They're throwing the drone in on A. But it seems like Element, after spotting just the drone with no follow-up,
the zombie comp, yeah.
Convinced that this is going to be a push in the other direction.
Bro, this Vince guy's great.
Has not been solved, but there goes that dimensional drift. This is where they hunt for that information. Anguist has been spotted, paranoia put onto him, and left.
Wait, I'm surprised that Yoro didn't go once the Killjoy got hit by the Omen flash.
Just yet, the aggression from Benny succeeds, but his teammate is lost in return, and so is the site.
Yeah, there's a real issue.
So tanky.
Benny though has ult. Low HP, but will pop it here. Searching for a rifle, finding it as well. Taking out the net, and no, not able to make it round. He was slow just enough. Kayak, oh, he's found the backstab.
So great readjustment from him when he missed the first one.
That could be the round cemented.
Alright, he's calm as well, bro. Alright, it's been a bit of a masterclass. Double pistol helped him be pretty dominant.
Chances to close this out now, and for APEKS. A loss on this map.
Clean, yeah, he's got really satisfying aim to watch.
An impressive performance this has been so far.
Will the old Paper Rex comp on Pearl still be in fashion when it comes back? Dude, I'm not sure it was like crazy in fashion. It was only them. But they probably run something similar, yeah. It was actually a pretty good map for them.
And they are able to take their own map choice. You can understand
Vice in this patch? Nah.
Well, it's not looking like the same story as last time.
I think it's probably
grown throughout this tournament. They've improved. They've
with the Riot rules, they could probably play it in the lower bracket final and the final. But I think it's the last 2 games of the event they'll probably just change the rules.
Very different story to the APEKS of last year. Sure, we could make parallels. Sure, we could talk about those tier 1 players.
Had a filler about Vice. I think Vice is cool. Like Vice. It's one of those agents that has a big mismatch of what people think of it, though.
jersey
cool.
that they're wearing, but the manner in which they did it, well, last year's APEKS was clean and then suffered the defeat.
Would
at
Vice
the
be
end.
allowed for
APEKS
America's
suffered the
Ascension?
defeat early,
15th?
and ever since then,
Should be.
have been climbing.
If they stick to normal rules, yeah, should be.
Improving. And while CGN today, thus far, they have met that different beast. Pressure onto Benny. He's not had
I could see them changing the rules,
performance
but
that he would have desired in a match that could
where
take
is
him
that
to the
going?
grand final in Berlin. The APEKS aren't going to rush this.
You asked one of the players and they said no. Okay, so they're changing the rules for it, but I think that's fine as well.
Match, 30 seconds left.
They do that sometimes. They normally have a 2 week for agents, 4 weeks for agents, 4 weeks for maps.
Well, that's it.
Oh, that's on his head.
Not just once, but twice. Benny is out of the round. Still one man lurking up top. Bladestorm's being spotted. The bun of elements seen. 12 seconds. I need to get this spike planted. Being stuck as we speak. Solkas with a double. He's gone through the window. Going back. Anguis catches him, but the advantage still there for APEKS. One man to the good. Time on their side as the spike ticks away. Spams. 2 players down below for APEKS. A chance perhaps the reveal could help, but Anguis almost goes down to the blind fire. Just 14 health. He drops and quickly is dealt with. It's all left to just one man. APEKS seemingly seconds away from closing out this map, from locking in a 1-0 advantage. When they go to Sunset, their pick.
Yeah, nicely done from APEKS though. Again, double pistol made this pretty dominant.
Held high. APEKS
shout out to Anguist. I feel like he played pretty well here. And Vince, honestly. But yeah, this was a slaughter.
Has been impressive, and the players that